Hey everybody, I know it's been a while since I made a video. Well, because I have moved to a new location, my house payment doubled and my income was cut in half. I don't have as much screw off time to do what I want and make videos and stuff like that. So I do them when I can, and that's kind of rare. And also, we've been eating out a lot, which gets very expensive. It sucks, and I know that's counterintuitive to everything that, like I just said, I make less money and pay more for my house, but whatever. It is what it is. So anyway, the old app that I had for sharing my stuff on does not work anymore, and I can't find an app that replicates it. And because of YouTube's new video servicing crap, I have to use their live thing anyway, so I'm making a beef pot roast. This was Rachel's mom's recipe. It's I think it's a family recipe that she got from something, but it's got pepperoncinis in it, which is kind of cool. I like pepperoncinis. Hey, somebody's not logged in. Um, yeah, if you follow me and you click the little bell thing, you'll get the you'll get the, hey, hi Paisley. If you follow my link and you click the little bell, then it'll send you when I go live or when I post a new video, or something like that. You have to do it in your own settings now. Like I can't do the push notifications anymore. Anyway, hey Paisley, say hi to your mom and dad. Love you guys. All right. So the crock pot is clean. I got that over here. Crock pot. This one's kind of good because there's not a whole lot of vegetables in it, so there's not a whole lot of prep that you have to do. Where's my ingredients? Okay. It's got ranch dressing, onion soup, some beef bouillon. Oh man, that is terrible focus. Anyway, beef bouillon and two cans of cream of mushroom soup, and then obviously the roast and some pepper cheese. Pepperoncinis, where you at? Pepperoncinis. All right, so pepperoncinis and a stick of butter. One stick, not the whole box. I know I'm showing you the whole box, but it's only one stick. All right, bam, one stick. And the roast, of course. Now, since Rachel's mom didn't really give directions, but I do know how to make a roast. I've done one before. You want a chuck roast. Boneless is preferable, but if you get the bone in, it'll just have a little more flavor and a little less fat. Man, you just be a little more work. This cooks for 3 to 5 hours on high, or you can do it for 10 hours on low. I would suggest stirring it, like if you can come home for lunch or something, if you do the longer one and you mix it all up, that would be cool. That way you can not have all that sticky stuff around the outer rim, which happens, but it's not that big a deal if it happens. So, all right, so we're gonna turn this here. I'm gonna rotate towards the stove, and hopefully my holder doesn't break because I have a weird holder. Can you see? Yep, that should work. All right, we got our cast iron. So when you make a roast, one of the things you should do, even whether it's a pork roast or a beef roast, is you should sear it on all the sides. And what that does is the chemical reaction of the fat going in and out of the meat, like all the juices. So if you just take this big raw hunk of beef and you chunk it in the crock pot, it's going to cook because it's going to be in there all day. And eventually it'll cook evenly because of the whole convection thing. But it's going to have a different texture. It's not going to be like those roasts, like if you go to Bob Evans and you get their weird pot roast or whatever. That's a bad example, but you know what I'm saying. So if you brown your roast first, not totally cook it, but like I get the oil really hot, and I just kind of rotate it around till it's got a little bit of color to it, and then I put it in there. So what that does is it starts pushing the juices into the roast, because as it's trying to the juices are trying to run away from the heat, they're going up into the roast. And you just kind of flip it a few times, you stick it in there, and then that starts making your roast stay in there. It also creates that outer seal because you kind of burned it, or not burned, bad word, but you cooked it so that it sealed on the inside. and that keeps the juices in the meat, so it's not just gushing out all over the place. Now, because we're cooking it in the crock pot, it's going to gush out all over anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so I'm going to get this nice and hot. Now, I'm going to use part of the stick of butter to brown the roast in. You don't have to do that. Sometimes you can scorch it if you don't use like Crisco or something. So I'm going to have to be real careful and not get it too hot and scorch my butter, because scorched butter sucks. And it stinks, and it sets off fire alarms and smoke detectors, and it's not good. Alright. So, I got my butter right here. I got most of my ingredients. I need a bowl to mix all my juicy stuff in. Man, I would suggest you serve this with either baked potatoes, fried potatoes, some kind of potato or root vegetable. If you want like a traditional roast thing, you can take, you can throw celery and carrots in there. But because this cooks with the pepper cheese, it's gonna give it that zippy taste. You may not like that. Kind of conflicts with the celery taste. I don't know. You know, my brother-in-law Matt, he's a cook. He could probably explain all the intricate details of all that stuff more better than me. More better. That's my Louisiana. I lived there for a while, so we say more better. All right. So I'm getting this nice and hot. Turn that down a minute, and I'm going to start making the liquid stuff while this baby gets hot here. So, and also what you want to do is you want to put your roast down in the bottom, but because I don't want it, know how to pause this. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to pause my video live because my wife needs to talk to me, and I will have to be right back on. So I'll be right back. Just chill for a minute.